But we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the grand Republican plan. Why? Because you've been focused on the wrong things.
You know, we are addressed as MAGA extremists, extreme MAGA Republicans, and I would like to make just a clarification point. It's ultra MAGA.
It's ultra MAGA.
That's what we prefer.
And we get 3 pages calling for reports. The so-called Rein In Act. Here's what we should be reining in. We should be reining in the extreme MAGA Republican effort to cut Social Security. We should rein in the extreme MAGA Republican effort to cut Medicare. That's what we should be reining in.
You know, Jamie Raskin left some shack-sized shoes to fill after yesterday's masterclass. But I'd say that Minority Speaker Hakeem Jeffries, well, he did a pretty good job of filling them today. Up against, well, not exactly the toughest of adversaries, Lauren Boebert, Hakeem Jeffries offered the perfect retort to her ever so important point.
You know, we are addressed as MAGA extremists, extreme MAGA Republicans, and I would like to make just a clarification point. It's ultra MAGA. That's what we prefer. Yes.
But we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the grand Republican plan. And here it is, the so-called RAIN Act. 3 pages. 3 pages. What does it call for? Reports. Reports. It's the grand Republican economic plan. Why? Because you've been focused on the wrong things. Now, House Democrats, we're going to continue to invest in the American people, invest in education and job training, invest in transportation and infrastructure, invest in research and development, invest in technology and innovation, invest in the creation and preservation of affordable housing, invest in the health, the safety, the economic well-being of the American people. That's our plan. We're going to continue to put people over politics. Here's what we should be reining in. We should be reining in the extreme MAGA Republican effort to cut Social Security. We should rein in the extreme MAGA Republican effort to cut Medicare. Rein in the extreme MAGA Republican effort to criminalize reproductive freedom and impose a nationwide ban. Rein in the extreme MAGA Republican effort to crash the United States economy and default on our debt for the first time in American history. We should be reining in your effort to hand over sensitive security footage from the January 6th violent insurrection to an avowed conspiracy theorist. That's what we should be reining in.
Now I know what you're thinking, all this comeback needs is an additional comment from Jamie Raskin to really bring it home, and you're in luck.
That's what we should be reining in.
Yet the gentlelady from Colorado said, if I understood it correctly, that she would continue with her deliberate mispronunciation of the name of our party in its adjectival form. And by the way, she took the opportunity to raise the whole question of MAGA, which I had not mentioned, and she said, and when you call me MAGA, don't call me MAGA, call me ultra MAGA. So when the minority leader referred to the extreme MAGA element, which appears to be driving the train over there, he should have called it the ultra MAGA element out of deference to the gentlelady from Colorado. And I certainly will be able to honor her wishes in the future as she chooses to be described as ultra MAGA. And with that, I'll reserve.
Over the past 2 days, the differences between both parties have never been clearer. While Republicans are spending most of their time parading accused murderers.
One of the very first committees, the very first committee hearing of this Congress, Mr. Gates, after we had all agreed on what the committee's plan was going to be, it was going to be voice voted, everyone agreed, Mr. Gates wanted to offer an amendment to say the Pledge of Allegiance. That's great. Every single person on our side supported that. But who did he bring in here to say the Pledge of Allegiance? Who did he parade in here in a uniform? Somebody that he met at a gun club, he said, locally. Okay. Mr. Cicilline had the crazy idea that maybe we should vet the people who come in here, make sure they're not insurrectionists. Mr. McClintock, I am not kidding you. Mr. McClintock said, well, it's not like we're going to invite somebody who committed murder. No, he literally said that. It's not like we're going to invite somebody who committed murder. Okay, well, who did Mr. Gates bring? he brought Corey Beekman. Corey Beekman in 2019 was in a standoff with the Michigan police after he was arrested and charged with murder, assault with intent to commit murder, and 2 counts of felony firearm possession. The family of the victims said Mr. Gates doing that, it was like getting a dagger stuck in our heart again.
They're accusing the Biden administration for things that happened under the Trump administration.
Should never have happened to you. It should never happen to any family. It happens to families at home where I live. This government has failed you, and it's failing American families. And it's failing, most of all, it's failing our children and our young people.
Democrats are bringing substance, facts, and simply discussing the matters that should be the focal point of elected officials.
We created 12 million new jobs in America. How many million jobs do they want to erase over there? In their desperate, sudden pursuit of inflation. You know, they raised the debt limit 3 times under Donald Trump. Now they talk about the debt limit all the time. They raised it 3 times, and they contributed under Donald Trump 25% of all the debt in the United States from George Washington to Joe Biden. 25% of the debt under one president, Donald Trump. And they did that, and now they dare come talk to us about inflation, and the bill that they advance is one to have some people pass some more paperwork around. Come on, give me a break. Give us something better than the running on empty initiative with no new ideas at all. We recommend a no vote. What real economic action requires is precisely what President Biden is already doing.
Not who can out-MAGA the other, but things that actually matter, like job growth, infrastructure, lowering insulin prices, lowering gas prices, which, by the way, Republicans complained about and are now all of a sudden trying to take credit for.
Today, it's the government fixing the price on insulin. What's next? Gas? Food? History tells us that price fixing doesn't work.
You know, these are the issues that Democrats are trying desperately to focus on, despite Republicans' best attempts to try to bring them down into the muck. But it's not working, and the American people can clearly see that.
The best part of waking up? MAGA tears in my cup. Check out the new MAGA tears mug available now at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.